Play it so slow. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Play it so slow. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna 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 turn it up I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Give it to me like I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Give it to me like I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Play so slow. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna 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 turn it up and then I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.
Hello everyone, good evening, back house again, welcome back to the stream, second stream of the day. कैसे हो guys, how are you? सुबह स्ट्रीम थोड़ा जल्दी कर दिया और अब तक स्ट्रीम इसीलिए शुरू नहीं किया, कुछ खेलने की मन भी नहीं हो रहा था, क्या ही करें, इसलिए क्योंकि रेस्ट अगर सच बोल रहा हूँ 2.0 अगर नहीं हो आने वाली है तो ये कम्युनिटी मीटिंग के आज नहीं आने वाली, तो कम्युनिटी की मीटिंग के बाद मैं स्ट्रीम एंड कर दूंगा, थोड़ा रेस्ट लेंगे हम, कल शुरू फिर से। हाँ हेलो ऋतिक, हाउ आर यू? गाना बंद कर देंगे। और गाइस बताओ क्या हाल है? एंड बाय द वे गाइस, ओनली 9 सब्सक्राइबर्स अवे, ओनली 9 सब्सक्राइबर्स अवे। चलो तुम लोगों को लाइव स्क्रीन डिस्प्ले कैप्चर आ गया, अनाउंसमेंट। हाँ गाइस ठीक है, कौन कौन है? ईथन है, नोव है, जगह जाट है शायद, ये रॉकी सक्सेना, हाँ, ब्रायन कॉर्नर राइट, हाँ, वाटी सुपरस्टार ये कौन है? आई डोंट नो। पटेल भाई आई नो हिम, अखंड त्रिपाठी आई नो हिम, काडू, मॉन्क्सेस, इंफीरियर गेमिंग, स्टीव रोजर्स, आ गया। आई थिंक इवेंट्स इज हियर, किसी का आवाज़ आ रही है, क्या चल रहा है? कम्युनिटी मीटिंग, SVRP का कम्युनिटी मीटिंग। इस मीडिया में क्या है? ये रहा हम जोई सिंह, मेयर कैंडिडेट। कौन सा टॉपिक डिस्कस भाई देखेंगे। ये देखो अनाउंसमेंट्स दिखा दूंगा मैं आपको। ये देखो इस टॉपिक्स पे on these topics discussions will happen. गाइस कुछ दिखाऊं? चलो तुम सभी को कुछ दिखाऊंगा। चलो जो जो भी इधर है ना देखो गाइस। डोंट टेल ये नहीं ओपन करना है गाइस। 9 सब्सक्राइबर्स गाइस बस 255 more hours। गाइस एक मिनट डिस्कॉर्ड में साइड में ले रहा हूँ। गाइस एक मिनट है किसी को मैसेज करके पर्सन ओ भाई साहब
Sorry, the stream has a maximum number of viewers. Wow, bhai. Nice.
Right? Oh yeah, 50 limit.
भाई मैं नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ स्ट्रीम।
Versus check DM.
भाई मैं स्ट्रीम नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ। जस्ट मिनट गाइस। कुशांक आई नो बट इन कैरेक्टर कौन है? इन कैरेक्टर ही इज मोहन प्यारे। भाई अनेबल टू वॉच द स्ट्रीम। Shit man.
Hello.
Okay.
ओके काम करते हैं गाइस। रशर स्ट्रीम पे आई थिंक इज स्ट्रीमिंग। रशर इज स्ट्रीमिंग।
Just give a second, guys. I just need to catch up.
We need a meeting general channel, right?
It's there already. I'm just going to unlock.
Okay.
Guys, can you check if you can type over there? Meeting. Alright. I should just make a PTS channel.
Second. Yes, I'll do it.
ओके हाँ पहले बता उनको पूछो देखने वाले को स्ट्रीम करने ये देखो वी कैन स्ट्रीम वी कैन रशर खुद स्ट्रीम
I'm
कर
making a PTS channel. Okay.
Yeah.
देख लो guys why
Can you guys see the meeting PTS?
Just one person, right? Yes. Okay, that's a
Alright,
stop.
alright,
Yeah,
alright,
it's
alright,
stop,
alright.
stop, stop,
Alright,
stop.
I'm gonna
Zero.
keep a slow mode now.
भाई साहब
So,
So idiot, are we
50.
taking are we
Sorry.
taking like the voice PTS or
All right.
the
So,
text
guys, what we'll
PTS?
do is, okay, before we start the meeting, just few ground rules. Everyone's muted, of course. PTS, it's gonna be text based, okay. And if we believe a scenario needs more explanation via voice, we'll unmute you for that. So for PTS, you can put your point over there in text, and we will get to them one by one. Remember, there's a 15-minute slow mode, so like think well before you put it there. And yeah, apart from that, that's the main thing. And some of you might be wondering why it took so long for the community meeting, because the last one was quite a while back. But yeah, we've been observing the server since then, and we decided to keep the meeting right before we get 2.0 out for you guys, so that we could deal with some of the issues that we've been seeing happening over the past few months in the server. All right, so first of all, I'm just going to introduce something that we're going to be implementing once 2.0 is out. Uh, so we're going to be shifting over onto the forum. Okay, I'm going to quickly, I don't know if I'm just going to try to screen share. I don't think most of you will be able to join. Just give me a
We can do multiple screen shares.
no, it's fine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we can, like, no worries. Like, if you guys want, yeah, we can do. Light, why don't you go ahead and open one as well? So, like,
Yeah.
the 50 is the limit.
Zero,
Shame
but
on-
we don't have option to screen
Yeah,
share.
give me prompt.
Oh, yeah, give me a sec. I'm just going to give Light the. See if you can do that now. Light.
Yes, I can.
A quick
All right.
tutorial video will be uploaded soon as well regarding the forums.
All right. So basically, the conventional method of having our applications on Google Forms and you guys getting notified through Discord about your form, etc., is all going to get shifted onto this form. It's still it's still a work in progress, but it will be done in a few days, worst case. Okay. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Announcements, etc. There will be a Discord bot that integrates it into Discord, so you'll get a tag on Discord as well. So don't worry about that. And right now it's still under progress. It's pretty basic. You've got your whitelist applications. Like for obviously this is not for whitelist people, but your general forms, that is DOC, priority adjustment, support inquiries, ban appeals, etc. Everything will be shifted on over. It's pretty self-explanatory. You guys, like for example, if you want to make a support inquiry, you just select the node, and within it you will see the tab for it, the part where you need to go, and you can go ahead and make your support inquiry. Not that difficult. And yeah, I'll just show you guys how you need to. So basically, how it works is it will automatically integrate with Discord. So if you guys have the whitelisted role on Discord, you will get the whitelisted role here as well. I don't have it as of. But to do that, you need to make sure that your account is connected to the form. So you guys can go ahead and make the the account on the form yet and associate it with the Discord account. but it won't be functional until a little while after 2.0 has been released. So you just need to go over here to your profile, and you need to go to connected accounts, and you'll see Discord right here, and you just need to click associate. Everything else is self-explanatory. It'll ask you to log into your Discord, and it'll associate, and automatically you'll be given the whitelist role. And the priority will be shifted here as well. You'll have a store button. Currently it's under the work, so everything will be shifted over to the form. So once you guys have made your accounts, I suggest you guys go ahead and just take a look around the form, understand how most of the things work, and like go through all of the terms and conditions, etc., about the server. And if you have any doubts, you can feel free to make tickets.
हाँ हेलो
And yeah, that
सुनो
was
कैसे
mainly the
सुन रहा
form.
हूँ मैं सुन रहा हूँ
We
बात नहीं
just
कर
move
रहा
on to the next thing here. So, as most of you know, the meeting's been held because 2.0 is, I don't know if it's safe to say coming soon. I think I might create a riot if I say soon again. But it will be here by tomorrow. All right. So, that's going to let a lot of people down who are expecting it today. But there's a little bit of back end work like moving over the database, etc., and just making sure it's in a perfect condition for you guys to enjoy. So, it will be here tomorrow. And some of you guys can probably tune into Rashid. He's going to give you guys a small sneak peek of it. And yeah, so server is going to be here tomorrow. It will have almost 99% of things ported over. We're just trying to make sure there are no bugs and unnecessary things that would ruin your experience. And yeah, like you can just join the team. Only 50 people can join. That's unfortunate, but there's nothing that can be done about that as of now. And so two main things. First of all, form being shifted over, 2.0 coming tomorrow, and again, so now we're just gonna go through a few points that we've had that we've observed in the server regarding roleplay over the past few months. And after we've discussed all the points, we'll go ahead and handle PTS. All right. So you guys can go ahead and put your PTS right now, but yeah, we'll get to them after server staff has completed most of the points they want regarding the server.
All right, so I'm gonna
Points,
start with the
points to
points.
take.
First thing first, like अभी भी सर्वर्स में कुछ लोगों के ऐसे नाम हैं जो कि like somewhere ends with दल्ला 420. Please थोड़ा effort दो नाम पे. Second thing regarding DOCRP, सर्वर में DOCRP आ चुकी है, so please अभी भी अगर आप सर्वर में आ रहे हो, जेल हो रहा है, जेल होने के बाद एक जगह खड़े मत रहो, आरपी दो. डीओसी उधर खड़ी है पूरे दिन, डीओसी को आरपी दो, दैट विल बी गुड. फिर लास्ट 30 मिनट्स रॉबरी, लास्ट 30 मिनट्स की रॉबरी जो बाकी है, प्लीज़ उस पर अभी मत करो, क्योंकि लास्ट 30 मिनट्स पे अभी भी रॉबरी हो रही है. बहुत अनाउंसमेंट डाल चुके हैं. एंड आई मीन जब भी रॉबरी कर रहे हो तो प्लीज़ थोड़ी थोड़ा और क्वालिटी आरपी हो सकती है. रोज़ रॉबरी चल रही है, एक ही गाड़ी से एक ही जगह से एस्केप हो रहा है. I mean that doesn't sound good. And please थोड़े interactions और बढ़ाओ. एक ही ग्रुप में घूम रहे हो पूरे दिन, एक ही बंदों से बात कर रहे हो. I mean बाकियों को अवॉइड करते हो, वो चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए. And for cops, I mean you guys should be active more, cause अगर किसी को जेल करोगे तभी DOC को RP मिलनी है. And I mean last thing, OC हर सिनेरियो में जाना बंद कर दो, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द सिचुएशन कभी भी गलत होती है. तुम NRP OC जाने लगते हो, वहाँ पे सॉल्व करने लगते हो. आई मीन लेट इट बी फॉर नाउ. अगर कुछ गलती होती है आगे जाके तो आई मीन बाकी टिकट्स में सॉल्व हो जाएंगे.
जेल हाँ
आरपी जैसी चल रही है, आरपी को
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ
अगर वो
करेक्शंस.
पकड़ा गया कुछ गलती के कारण, लेट इट बी, उसको जेल कर दो, बट OC मत जाओ. उस सीन में उस रोक के उस चीज़ को OC मत करो. सिंपल, आई मीन लेट इट बी इन आरपी ओनली. थिएटर आगे तू जाओ.
Alright, so I'll just elaborate on a few of his points. Alright, so first of all, having a realistic name. Alright, so like Sunny already said, having names that do not make any sense, like crazy names and all. So just like work on those. Like some names is understandable, like a few names which have a little bit
नहीं
discrepancies
आज
as
स्टार्ट नहीं
compared
होगा, आज
to
स्टार्ट
general
नहीं
names.
होगा.
but something that is within the limits of RP. Like, don't have an absolutely vague or crazy name. Apart from that, like you said, DOCRP. I'm gonna let we've got the person EasyMG. He'll go ahead and explain you guys about DOCRP. He's the best one to talk about that. So we leave that for now. So one very important point which has been happening a lot in the server is related to OC toxicity. All right. So as you, most of you guys would have experienced it at least once, is or heard of it at least, is the NRP things being taken over to Discord DMs, Discord servers, voice channels, and toxicity being spread in regards to that. So like some of
क्या
you know already
नहीं
that
होगा
the
bro.
server is completely against OC toxicity, and anyone found spreading OC toxicity or found being a part of it will be punished in accordance. And so yeah, so just anything like example like judging someone as is RPing and talking shit on your stream, or talking shit on a Discord, DMing a person that your RP is shit, talking shit about other people's scenarios, and overall spreading toxicity in the community is a bannable offense. So you guys need to be very careful of that. There's several bans which have been already handed out to many whitelisted members throughout the community. So you guys need to be very careful about what you guys, especially streamers, what you guys stay on streams about other people's RPs. You have to be careful about the words you use to make sure that you aren't spreading any sort of toxicity. And of course, Discord DMs and overall spreading hate within the community needs to stop. All right. Moving forward is another point that is basically integrated with OC toxicity is roleplay blurring. Now, some of you already know what this is because there's been a rules reminder update made to it, I think, at least twice till now. But for those who still don't know, just going to give you a quick, brief example of it. So, if what's happening in the server right now is if I have, let's say, an OC fight or grudge against Sunny, let's say, we do not want those grudges and etc. to be taken into RP. There should be no what do you say hint of roleplay blurring in the server. And if it is observed at any time that, okay, let's see, like, okay, I see this guy, he's breaking character, or he's blurring a roleplay, he's doing something that his character, it does not match his character's characteristics, and he's bringing that out from out of character information, relating to hate or grudges he might have against that person. For example, not RPing with that person or avoiding RP with that person just because, oh, I don't like this guy, I don't want to RP with him, or changing your completely RP scenario when you're having a conversation with that person. All those things are completely like they're completely not allowed in this. Or like you cannot mix your OC fights and grudges with people in character, because once you join the server, you have to remember that you're role playing a character. You're not role playing yourself. So anything, any grudges, any arguments that you might have, any disagreements with a person out of character does not mean that they automatically translate to RP. So anyone found blurring their out of character life and toxicity with that member with someone who is in server and who you are actively RPing with will be taken as a breach of server rules, and you may receive a ban or a temporary ban or warning, etc. for it. So make sure roleplay blurring does not happen in the server. And yeah, so another thing related to roleplay blurring is RP avoidance. All right. So in scenarios where a person is roleplay blurring, that he's bringing out his OC feelings against this person in character, they tend to avoid RP with that person, saying like, if I use a very common phrase like "Arey se chodo, mujhe iske saath like chodo jane do," like avoiding roleplay with someone just because you have an OC grudge against him or OC you guys don't gel together is completely wrong. In character, your characters, unless your characters have had already that brawl before, it does not make sense in RP that you guys are bringing that information from outside. So you guys have to be very careful about that. You cannot, okay, you cannot avoid if someone is actively trying to approach you for the purpose of roleplay and you're avoiding RP with him. You're letting him go. You're basically you're showing low effort RP. You do not want to roleplay with him. You do not want to extend the scenario. In those scenarios, we will have to take action against avoidance of RP, low effort RP, etc. So keep your OC grudges out of the server. And again, remember, anything that happens to your character in the server is stays within the server itself. It's not a direct hit on your personal life. Any kind of roast, any kind of bad what do you say comments, etc. They're all in character in the server, and they should not be taken personally or OC and spread hate and hold grudges against people regarding those things. All right. So another thing is basically people RPing for the sake of content. All right. So when you guys are in a scenario, you have to make sure you deal with the scenario in such a manner that tends to extend it as much as you can. So you're here for interactions and you're here for building a story. And sometimes what we've seen in the server is that RP scenarios are being led towards a way which tends to give you more content rather than extending role play or extending interactions. So make sure you guys aren't doing that as well.
Hello,
Don't
Vito.
RP for the basis of just content. If you are here just for the basis of like, okay, I want content, I want to grow my stream channel, just show content like randomly killing people and doing things that are beneficial for your channel but not beneficial in RP, or which don't make sense in RP or come under low effort RP, will again be bannable. And you guys need to make sure that you're here in the server to roleplay, you're here in the server to create stories, you're here in the server to interact with new people. You're not here to create content for, okay, you get content out of RP, that's great, but that should not be the basis of your RP. Your decision should not be based on, okay, what is going to get me the most amount of content. Your decision should be based on how they would play out for your character, keeping in mind his traits, etc. So people who are seen RPing for the sake of getting content will eventually be caught, and slowly and surely we will start filtering out such people who are here just for content and not for RP. So you guys need to make sure you stop that moving forward with 2.0. And it's just going to be honest. Any kind of what do you say, low effort RP etc. will now not be dealt with bans etc. Your whitelist status might be revoked as well. So if we see that a person who's been given a whitelisted role in the past, who does not seem to be deserving of it at this point in time, who's breaking basic server rules, or he has a complete lack of understanding of how RP works, those people will just have their whitelist roles removed and they will have to reapply. And those people who show an utter disregard for RP rules will obviously be faced with bans and etc. So again, don't do RP for content, do RP in accordance with your character traits and backstory.
एंड या फॉर गैंग्स दिस इज़ नॉट एन ई स्पोर्ट्स सर्वर, ठीक है? जीतने पे नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. हारने पे भी रोल प्ले होता है उधर. दिस इज़ एन रोल, लाइक दिस इज़ अ रोल प्ले सर्वर, नॉट एन ई स्पोर्ट्स. तो इफ़ यू लूज तो उसमें भी कोई बात नहीं है. इट्स ओके टू लूज.
कौन है? दिल्ली है?
Exactly. So, like, if I can transition from Nelly's point, like about it being an esports server, another point that we had is gunplay over roleplay. In offense scenarios, it's seen that two groups of people having an interaction together, they tend to resort to shootouts and show off power rather than actually RPing it out and basically extending the interaction. Like if there's a disagreement between the two, I've seen it multiple times, the other person who believes himself to be in a position of power will just start shooting or just resort to gunplay. So you guys need to make sure you're here to extend scenarios and not here just for the sake of, oh, I'm a sharpshooter, like, oh, my KD is 4, my KD is 5. So all those things are not RP. You can go ahead and do that in GTA Online if that's what matters to you. And yeah, I'm especially pointing that out towards gangs as well. Like Nelly said, it's not an esports server. You're not here for the purpose of showing off your KDs and showing off how powerful you are with your guns and AK-47s, etc. You're here to roleplay. You're here to extend interactions. You're here to build your character story. You're not here to show your character on a leaderboard of maximum kills made in an RP server, right? It does not make sense, and it's completely pointless if you come to SVRP for the purpose of just shooting people and showing that you're very powerful in the server. So again, you guys have to make sure you keep roleplay as a preference and keep gunplay to a bare minimum. Try to resolve things in our while using your voice, role playing it out, talking, interacting, rather than just pulling out your weapons and firing all out at other people.
Yeah, I think we can take PTS now.
We'll go ahead. I just got a few more points. All right. So another point that has been seen a lot is people not caring about each other's RP. So you guys, when you guys are RPing in a scenario, obviously you guys care about how the RP is going to play out for yourself. But you need to make sure you're making decisions which aren't detrimental for the other person, like completely destroying the other person's RP. You guys cannot RP for the sake of just gaining personal benefits for your character and ruining the RP for someone else. A person who actively role plays just to win in every scenario, or just to cause, or just to basically gain an advantage in every scenario, and just cares about his own RP and does not care about what the other person's RP is, he does not deserve to be in a whitelisted server. You guys are here as a community. You guys have to look after each other. You have to make sure that you show supportive RP to each other and not just care about your own RP and be completely selfish when you go in an RP scenario. I'll give you an example of this. If there's a gang, two gangs, all right, and someone, a civilian, has kidnapped a gang character for the purpose of making him an hostage, all right, and just taking him over and just quickly just grabbing looting the Evangelico store. That's all. That person has no intention of gang rivalry. He just picked up a hostage for the sake of a robbery. If we see gang members completely going over there and ruining his RP scenario by just pointing him out like, we're six, we're five people, you put your hands up, and how can you kidnap a friend, etc., and you completely have no regard for that person's RP at all, and you're there for the sole purpose of getting your person freed and showing that, oh, we're a gang and we're really strong and you can't do stuff like this to us, like that will not be tolerated at all. You guys have to be supportive to each other's RPs, and you need to think twice before making a rash decision which could lead to destroying someone else's roleplay completely.
मैं एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा इसमें। मेरा एक पॉइंट ये है कि पता कैसे चल लगता है कि गैंग का मेंबर पकड़ा गया। पॉइंट सारा मेरा ये है, अगर मेटा गेमिंग करते हुए कोई पकड़ा गया तो वो परमानेंट है, वो कभी अनबैन नहीं होगा। और मुझे पता है कि लोग मेटा गेमिंग कर रहे हैं सर्वर के अंदर, सिर्फ मैं प्रूफ का वेट कर रहा हूँ। हमें प्रूफ चाहिए, बस प्रूफ मिल गया तो वो कभी अनबैन नहीं होगा।
थिंक ट्वाइस व्हाट यू डू इन द सर्वर, लाइक अननोइंगली मेटा गेमिंग हो जाती है तो उसका थोड़ा ध्यान रखा करो। लाइक ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जानबूझ के तुम लोग कर रहे हो, बट अननोइंगली हो जाती है, सो उसका भी थोड़ा केयर रखना।
Yep. And the last point I would like to place is grinding, and the what do you say, the dominance right now on the server of just people who are here for the purpose of just grinding and making money and showing that we're very rich. All right. So I'm just going to be honest. Like, we've been started to filter our wireless applications with people whose backstories are based on the whole scenario that I want to be rich in the city. I want to be the most what do you say, known person, make a lot of money. So that is not what RP is about. Again, like I've mentioned multiple times, RP is about interactions and creating stories. So if we find anyone in the server sitting in his mine in the mining area or selling weed or anything like that, any grinding job, and just doing that 24/7 and not interacting with anyone, and he's just there for the sole purpose of making money and buying random shit and showing that he's very rich, etc., we will just simply remove your whitelist, and we'll be more than happy to give that whitelist to give that chance to someone else who actually wants to come into the server and actively RP. So again, if anyone is seen grinding, there will be no ban appeal, there will be nothing like that. Your whitelist will be removed, and we'll just straight away ask you to reapply with when the forms open again. So again, grinding, just make sure you do not 24/7. Like, a little bit of grinding is understandable. Like, the amount, always regulate your grinding. Just do the amount that is required to progress your character. You should not grind for the purpose of making money. You should grind for the purpose of progressing your character. So that is most of the points that I wanted to put out here. And unless any of the other server staff have any more points to talk about, we can go ahead with PTS.
वन मोर थिंग अबाउट कॉम्पनसेशंस, लाइक ग्लिचेस होते हैं, उनसे सामान चला जाता है, तो पीपल ओपन टिकट अबाउट कॉम्पनसेशन। सो यू शुड हैव अ वीडियो प्रूफ और समथिंग लाइक दैट, जो भी तुम्हारे साथ ग्लिच हुआ है। तो फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स विदाउट वीडियो प्रूफ्स विल नॉट प्रोवाइड यू कॉम्पनसेशंस, या इफ़ यू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ प्रूफ लाइक स्क्रीन शॉट्स और समथिंग, विल बी हैप्पी टू प्रोवाइड कॉम्पनसेशंस टू यू गाइस।
और मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि लोग अपनी जो है बैक स्टोरी फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं। लाइक कुछ मैंने लोग ऐसे देखे हैं दोपहर में और रात में भी,
थैंक यू सो मच कृष्ण,
जो रोज़ाना आते हैं, सेम बाइक लेते हैं, सेम स्टंट करते हैं, सेम रॉबरी करते हैं और चले जाते हैं। तो अगर सेम एक्टिविटी करते हुए या सेम चीज़ करते हुए आप हमको नज़र आए और अकॉर्डिंग टू योर बैक स्टोरी आपके कैरेक्टर नहीं हुआ, तो उस पर भी आप अनवाइट लिस्टेड हो सकते हो। तो अपनी बैक स्टोरी को मेंटेन रखो सर्वर के अंदर, क्योंकि मैं लाइक लिटरली 2 हफ्ते से देख रहा हूँ कि रॉबरी सिमुलेटर ही बन चुका है और सेम चीज़ हो रही है रिपीट। एक बंदे ने सोचा हुआ कि मैं दिन में 2 रॉबरी करूँगा, तो वो 2 रॉबरी कर रहा है और सेम स्टंट मार रहा है और सेम जगह से वापस जा रहा है सेम कार में। तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए।
यू शुड हैव सम लाइक स्टोरी बिहाइंड, या फिर यू नो सम आरपी बिहाइंड दैट रॉबरी। ये नहीं है कि मैं प्लान करता हूँ रॉबरी, मेरे को आज पैसा कमाना है, आई नीड मोर मनी, आई एम हैविंग शॉर्टेज ऑफ मनी, तो चलो बैंक रॉबरी करते हैं। सो वो नहीं, देयर शुड बी अ स्टोरी, अ सिनेरियो, या फिर कुछ हो विच लेड योर कैरेक्टर टू डू अ बैंक रॉबरी। लाइक वो नहीं होना चाहिए कि रेगुलरली चल रहा है, आज ये प्लान करते हैं, आज वो प्लान करते हैं, लेट्स गो फॉर द रॉबरी एंड जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ मनी। या होता है वो एक हफ्ते में हो गया एक बार, बट डोंट रिपीट इट एवरी डे।
Yeah, and like hitting chain robbing, etc. Like Nelly said, like chain robbing completely not allowed. You just get straight away banned from the server. Using the same vehicle again and again. If I see a fish neon used more than twice or thrice in a limited amount of time, we're just gonna just straight away, like with 2.0, you're gonna see a lot of features which are gonna adjust RP. And yeah, so you cannot just sit all day and hit robberies with the same car. You need to think about how those robberies are going to play out for your character, what events in his life are leading the character to go out with that. No character is going to have a backstory which makes him chain rob a bank palito, then going after with banging, robbing the bank at etc. Like just robbing multiple banks in a sequence with the same car is completely out of RP, and that just shows
नहीं
that you're
भाई
here
आज
for
तो
the
ना
whole purpose of grinding and not at all to interact and RP with anyone. So just keep that in mind. No one should be using the same car again and again in robberies, and yeah, just keep a limit on the amount of robberies you're doing. Just think twice before you start chain robbing multiple stores and banks.
एंड एक और चीज़ गाइस, ईएमएस वालों की रिस्पेक्ट करो। मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा जो डिसरिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, ढंग से बात नहीं करते हैं, तो प्लीज़ ढंग से बात करो यार उन लोगों से भी।
Alright, if there isn't anything else, we'll go ahead with PTS.
एक और चीज, गैंग मेंबर जो हैं वो एनी टाइम एक साथ ही रहते हैं। मतलब 15 मेंबर हैं तो 15 मेंबर एक साथ हैं और आपस में इंटरेक्शन कर रहे हैं। तो पूरा सर्वर हमने किस लिए बनाया है कि आपके फोटो, आप लोग गुट में रह के आपस में इंटरेक्ट जब करोगे तो फिर बोलते हो कि हमारी आरपी इंक्रीज नहीं हो रही है, या हमें कुछ दिया नहीं जा रहा है, या हमें कुछ मिल नहीं रहा। गैंग हमेशा साथ ही घूम रहा है। मैं पिछले 2 हफ्ते से सेम चीज़ नोट कर रहा हूँ कि गैंग के 15 मेंबर्स हैं, वो 15 मेंबर साथ ही हैं, एक ही हुड में। पूरा सर्वर खाली नज़र आता है, क्यू लगी हुई होती है 15-20 की, लेकिन सर्वर खाली होता है। क्यों? अगर सर्वर में 4 या 5 गैंग है, वो सब एक साथ ही घूमना प्रेफर करते हैं। भाई कपड़े चेंज करके हुड में रहो, 3-4 बंदे रहो, 5 बंदे रहो मैक्सिमम। बाकी बंदे कपड़े चेंज करके पब्लिक के साथ इंटरेक्ट करो, चीज़ें एक्सप्लोर करो, चीज़ें देखो, नए लोग आ रहे हैं उनके साथ घूमो।
या
Yeah,
बी
guys, just
क्रिएटिव
don't.
टू योर रोल प्ले एंड थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने का ट्राई करो कि आरपी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो सर्वर में, एक ही जगह पे ही ना रह जाए। जैसे व्हाट आई सी इज नाउ लीजन स्क्वायर हमेशा खाली रहता है। यू कैन ऑलवेज फाइंड पीपल एट पिल बॉक्स और लाइक मैकेनिक शॉप्स, बट जो इंटरेक्शन की जगह है वो हमेशा खाली रहती है। सो या डिस्ट्रीब्यूट योर रोल प्ले अ लिटिल बिट, थोड़ा सर्वर में इधर उधर घूमो, नॉट जस्ट स्टैंड ऑन लाइक योर टर्व्स या फिर कहीं भी एक ही जगह बस 2-3 घंटे वहीं पे निकाल
या
दिए।
लोग अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे हैं और दूसरों को आरपी भी प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। जो एक पर्टिकुलर गैंग और ग्रुप बन जाता है ना, वो ग्रुप से बाहर आरपी करने का सोच ही नहीं रहा कोई। बस वहीं पे वो लोग आते हैं, उन्हीं लोगों से मिलते हैं, उन्हीं लोगों के साथ आरपी करते हैं एंड चले जाते हैं। सो ये थोड़ा सा ट्राई करो कि दूसरे लोगों को भी आरपी प्रोवाइड कर सको आप।
वही ना।
या वी कैन मूव टू पीटीएस नाउ आई थिंक।
Alright.
या
So, give me a second. So I'll leave easy MJs and the voice PTS. I'll leave that for the end. I'll pick up text PTS. Alright, so I'm going to start with GJ. So his first point is आज भी कुछ लोग voice से पहचान रहे हैं. So for people who are recognizing each other or other civilians or gang characters by voice, it's pretty obvious that that's metagaming. And if there's any report ticket made on that, it will be like dealt with. So we'll make sure to keep our eyes out for people recognizing from voice. And अगर मेरे एक character के साथ पंगा है तो मेरा. Alright. So again, second point basically states that if someone has an in RP, fight or brawl with one of his characters, and then that same person is meeting with those people with a different character now, those individuals are having the same kind of attitude and behavior against his previous character with which they had a brawl. So again, that clearly comes under roleplay blurring, and you guys cannot do that since obviously you had the interaction and the brawl with the person's first character, and you take that information in character and apply it to his second character as well, which you have no information about. That's completely incorrect, and you guys cannot be doing that. So I think that should answer GJ's points. That just basically server staff related. So if you see that, you guys can go ahead and make tickets about people recognizing from voice and
RP
roleplay
बब
blurring,
blurring,
etc.
हाँ भाई।
Um, So next point, it's not really a PTS. So with 2.0, will slots increase? At this moment in time, I cannot give you a confirmed number, but we hope that slots, we will try to push to increase slots. Of course, like increasing slots comes at a cost that server stability goes down.
हाँ भाई,
So we will see if we
same
can
thing.
increase slots. We will be more
मेरे
than
को भी
happy to.
फटी अब.
And yeah,
नेक्स्ट पीटीएस पुलिस वाले खुद दूसरे कैरेक्टर से डेली रॉबरी करें, तो द सेम थिंग विच वी टेल एवरीवन, अगर कोई कुएं में कूद रहे तो तुम भी मत कूदो उसके साथ कुएं में. अगर कोई इडियट है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं तुम उसकी तरह इडियोटिक लाइक हरकतें करो. सो सी फॉर योर सेल्फ, दूसरों को पॉइंट करना बंद कर,
मैं कुछ लिखूंगा.
अपने आप को पहले सुधारो.
just give me a second.
The third PTS. When will Weasel News gets it? It's W News. So uska Imran, you can DM me. We can talk about this topic there. Second is, can we have a section feature for backstory while creating new characters? Again we'll have a talk with Foster about it. Like backstories hain, you should follow your backstory. So yeah, for this point we'll have a talk with Foster. If DOC is introduced, the jail system is offline serving sentence time or in-game server time based. About this, like staff में discussion चल रहा है इस topic पे. So देखते हैं इसका क्या decision रहता है. जो भी रहेगा decision which will be the best for the server, staff वो decision ले लेगा.
Yeah,
Thanks
if you guys are jailed and you guys don't RP with DOC just because you know offline jail will serve, and you guys just F8 quit every time, just remember it's all code. We can change that within a second.
Yeah,
if we find you
वो
guys
staff में
not putting
discussion
effort.
उसका चलता रहेगा.
Exactly.
Also requesting developer team to be more proactive for India. Yeah, they are doing their best, Imran. Foster didn't sleep 2 days, so yeah.
All right. So moving on to next point, it's from Ashu. Change your character just for the sake of not being recognized by others, rather than using a mask is the same. For the same as I 90% of the people using the same headship, and the only thing that makes them look different is hair and beard. And I don't quite understand what your point is. So I'll go ahead and I'll unmute you. Why don't you go ahead and explain what you're trying to say here?
Hello, Abhishek.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, Ashu?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, actually, my point is basically people are just for the sake of hiding themselves. They are using a different hairstyle and a different beard rather than your original identity. Like I am having small hairs and small beard. They just increase their beard size and increase their hairs just for the sake of hiding themselves, rather than using a mask, which is liable basically using a mask to hide their identity. They are just changing their character looks because 90% of the males are looking same. Just the hairstyle and the beard style make them look different.
All right. So you're basically concerned about people hiding the identity by changing their mask. By changing their face,
So basically,
beard, hair, etc. Right?
currently it's something happening in RP, but later stages after robbing someone, just change their hair and their looks. So just to
Yeah, I
stay
get it.
away
I
from
get it.
the
I get your point. I
that
get
can
your point.
cause issues.
Yeah. So obviously you can't. You just need to be like you can. Obviously, there's no problem with changing the way your character looks for the sake of hiding his identity, but obviously just using that thing every time again and again for the sake of avoiding RP or ever getting caught is kind of odd. And I'm not going to say that you guys can't do it, but I think what he's trying to say is just make better use of the things provided in the server, just to look to extend RP rather than to, again, selfish RP would be the answer. Like just caring about your own RP rather than looking to extend the RP with others or supporting someone else's roleplay. So I think that should answer your point.
This is not.
Okay, so we'll take the voice PTS later. Zaf plays memory wipe. No, there will be no memory wipe, no server wipe. So that should be it. Stop mentioning server rules in game. We cannot go for more than 5 minutes. All right. So again, rules explaining. If you guys are found explaining rules in character in server to someone, that is again considered as roleplay blurring, because to your character, there's no such thing as rules. There's no such thing as, okay, they're 5 down, to 5 aur honge. Like you have no idea in that scenario how many people can be there, where they can be. So stop using OC rules in character. That's roleplay blurring and rules explaining. And if tickets are made, if you see that happening among says, then you can go ahead and make tickets, and we'll make sure those people aren't whitelisted in the server. mayor voting on Discord or in so you guys can go ahead and RP it out in city. Most probably it will be IC, so it's not to be discussed as much. PTS need to have more EMS interaction. People avoiding
इस वाले
people
ओके
just
हाँ
come for surgery and critical RPs for the sake of
few
fun.
gangs
Please, it should be noted that surgery, ICU, and stuffs have a back consciousness like bed rest. I've seen people just wants ICU for 2 minutes. This should be avoided if you're for the critical medical
few
procedures.
gangs and people
Just
pull out
know what
guns on
are
traffic
the
stop and
consequences. Just
kill the
follow up
shit
that as
stuff
Happy sub. Okay, so this is
black
going to be elaborating on the point said by Happy that people aren't
okay
respecting EMS, and like what you say, Rhythm has said, you guys need to be aware of the severity of the things that your character goes through when you undergo such medical operations, surgeries with EMS, because the EMS are giving it their 100% to RP it out with you and give you a good experience. So they expect the same back from you guys. So make sure you guys know the severity. Like if you're going in for surgery, if you're going in for ICRP, you should know how that's going to affect your character's health and his current state and condition. So make sure you don't break all of those in character rules and what do you say, basic understanding. That's gonna be next is gonna be Olivia. बाल का कलर से स्टाइल से मुंह पे मास्क लगा हुआ पहचान जाते. Okay, so if you believe that someone has identified you when they shouldn't have, or they have or they have basically used OC information to identify you, whether it be you have changed your mask, whether you have changed your hairstyle, you can just go ahead and make a ticket regarding it, and we will review it and see if it was meta or not. I think that should answer it. People using ping command without even opening phone, at least they should open phone once and then just send the ping. Samaji, regarding that, it's not a really big deal because you cannot
MDT क्या
expect
बोलूँ
everyone in the heat of the moment to
TPP
press
use
the phone
बहुत
button and open the phone and send the ping. And in my understanding, I think it's fine if someone just slash pings and send the message. It's
TPP
not
सब
really a
लोग
big
यूज
deal
करते
over
हैं
there.
ब्रो MDT क्या बोलूँ ब्रो
If it comes to talking to respect, there are many jobs in the city. For example, mechanic.
पीडी
As
का
I
कुछ
do,
रूल्स
people from the
आया
gang thinks their superior knowledge. I have is that that never mind how big your gang is, people do not respect any kind of person who has these kinds of jobs. Gangs cannot survive without citizens, so it's a request that gang people please remember that line, that
a
person in
few
front of you.
gang
Okay, so guys,
members
basically what this point is about having in character
last
and in character respect for each other's characters. All right.
last one
So obviously it's a gang character. We can expect the gang character to be a little bit fierce and what do you say, aggressive. But again, you guys should have in character and out of character respect for each other's characters, and just not roll over someone else's RP completely just because they're being nice to you. Right? That should answer your point. PTS from
Yeah,
Ashu. Something.
Yeah, आशु का मैं देखता हूँ. PDS something like gang needs civilian to turn their black money white will increase civilian gang RP. So yeah, Ashu, you can initiate that role play yourself. Like go and yeah, be creative. Do अपने आप देख लो उसका. There will be supportive RP players who will appreciate your idea and do RP with you. You can take watches या फिर कुछ भी जो भी होता है वो गैंग से ले सकते हो and you can do money laundering for them. Like it's up to you how you do your role play. Rajabita, do we have a mask for Ismail Bhai? So जो pet characters हैं they can take permission in the tickets from admins, and there is an option in barber shops where you can change your pet characters. So yeah, but you can do it after taking permission from admins only.
with this
So
attitude
there's a solution for you.
as this will
Okay.
restrict their RP.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Evita.
Yeah. You just did correct, right? Okay. So ped mask. If they added in the future, we'll let you know. Apart from that, you can role play it out. Uh, PTS city में
Last
जो
one
gangs
please
है, I
give
see
me
many times they prefer gunplay over roleplay. Mostly I've already talked about this. And जो gangs है वो हमेशा gang ना करके जब
MDT
जरूरत हो
लिखने
तब
में सब
करे
टाइम
बाकी
जाता
time.
है
Yeah,
ब्रो
okay.
यू
So
कांट
his main
इंटरेक्ट
point is
हाँ
again
वो पीडी
about
का मीटिंग
gunplay
में
over
हो गया ब्रो
roleplay and
यहाँ
gangs just
नहीं यहाँ
roaming
नहीं
around
दिस
in
इज
hurdles.
कम्युनिटी वो
And as
पीडी
Kaiser
मीटिंग
has said as
करेक्टफुली
well,
मीटिंग
you should just not stay all the time camping at your hood with your 15-member gang and wherever you go staying in that same group, and you should try to get out of your comfort zone, RP with new people, interact with others, because you never know, you might find some better RP over there as well. So don't stay huddled up in one group and gang throughout your experience in RP and throughout your day all the time. All right, just make the effort to go meet new people and discover more opportunities for your character. If there is no DOC, can we do F8 quit? If you see there is no one to roleplay with, sure. If you think if there's someone coming up or you know that someone's coming soon, it's better if you try to roleplay with them. But obviously, like if there's no DOC in there and you gotta go, you're more than welcome to F it quick. Okay, so Ninja's got multiple. POV should be mandatory for gang fights. All right. If someone is using slash me thinking something for RP, many people react to that because no one can think what he slash she is thinking in a mind. There must be a dark chat section so it will be easier for all of us to deal illegal RP things there. Okay. So POV for gang fights, I believe you're trying to say if there's a violation of any rule, so everyone should have a POV for the gang fights. Is that what you're trying to say? If you could just answer in meeting, Jen. Okay. So yeah, if there's a POV, that's great. But yeah, there's always other ways of getting information, and it's not something that we can make mandatory because not everyone has computers that can support recording and playing GTFI at the same time. Because most of you know 5M is quite intensive because of the scripts and etc. So we cannot make that mandatory. But if it's there, that's great. Otherwise, we can work our way around it. It's not a big deal. If someone is okay. Yeah. So if someone is just let Rasha go ahead and show the thing out. Okay. So if someone is doing slash me thinking etc. So people basically taking slash me things which are related to the characters,
Get a
thoughts
better.
etc. Oh that.
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
No way. So if someone is slash me thinking, he's basically portraying something about what his character is doing currently, his emotion basically. He's trying to say, okay, he's thinking right now, he's thinking about it. He puts it over there to extend the RP. But if people are using that information to change the scenario in their favor, that's obviously not right. But to a certain extent, it's alright because if you're trying to extend the RP scenario with the use of displaying your feelings to others, it's okay. But yeah, you should not take that thing out of context and use it to your advantage. And there must be a dark chat section. You guys can be more than welcome to RP it out within the server. I don't think there needs to be additional Discord channels created because the goal of RP is to keep it within the server as much as possible and keep Discord and forum interaction as minimum. So I'm pretty sure you guys are smart enough to figure out a way in character to deal with all the illegal items. PTS gang fights, alright, I'm going to leave that. PTS, sometimes people want to follow the in-game time and sometime OOC time. Which one you say? Which one? For example, people say एक दिन बाद IC दे दो, but we are giving it after let's say 5 minutes. वापस आ जाए वहाँ पे. Okay, so please don't run after treatment of people. Just comes for no counter RP. Okay, so his second point, first of all, is running after treatment. If your character is injured, you have to portray your character's injuries accordingly. If he's got a leg injury, you guys have to RP it out accordingly, limp for a while, and just to make sure that your character is living through his injuries and not portraying it as if he's in a game. So again, if people just start running after having a major injury as if nothing's happened without any rest time period, etc., it's clearly power gaming. And the second thing is about OOC time. That's something you guys can decide with each other. If someone wants OOC 1 day RP, if someone wants in character 1 day RP, that's something between the doctors and the role player to decide. That's not something staff should intervene in. And again, like obviously, you should not be forcing ICURP on someone and expecting. So if you guys are taking an ICURP, like Mridum said as well, you should be aware of the consequences that is going to happen onto your body. So you cannot expect I want to go into ICU and then ask to leave after 5 minutes. So keep it realistic. Your character is going to have some consequences after going into the ICU. His injury must be that severe that it needs to be held into the ICU. So again, don't role play out of a character traits basically. Why don't we keep license for guns? Okay, so gun license will be up in 2.0. There's nothing to discuss about in that. If it can be voice, then good. Else at one point, why don't we start like adding an Instagram emoji in Discord and IC Media, and we can use it as Instagram? People calling it that. You guys are more than welcome to go ahead and be creative with in character media. There's no restrictions over there. It's just that you guys keep it in character and follow the server channel rules, etc. Like the formats, like this channel is to be used for this channel is to be used for that, etc. So you guys are more than welcome to use your creative minds and play around with those channels. Okay, PTS Starcoin Recycle franchise should be changed regularly so everyone gets an opportunity. You guys should RP it out in character, RP it out with the owner, RP it out with the employees, see what you can do. You shouldn't be dependent on staff to go ahead and help you with that. Everything should be done within RP itself. can we have a proper format in IC media and other dark web channel for legal stuff? Dark web channel, like I said, maybe in the future, but for now, I'm pretty sure you guys can think about something or some way to help you out within the server to communicate black market and illegal items. And IC media proper format, you guys can go ahead, you can use it as Twitter, you can use it as Instagram, whatever. Just make sure you follow the server channel description. That is, it is to be used for in-character media. I don't want people putting their RP clips up there or putting OC screenshots or things which don't come under in-character. So you guys will just be straight away muted, or maybe even muted for a longer period of time, for maybe a day or week, etc. Nowadays, people are getting more frank and using slang and abusing words to anyone and everyone. So please maintain a level and don't disrespect anyone. This shows the kind of people playing SVRP, so PD and EMS get respect. Okay, so to answer your point, Egoy Yadav, everyone's character is different. So the time the character spends in the city, he might have developed his character to be like that. So we cannot tell someone to not be use abusive words or slang. If it's an OC, if there's an OC agreement between the two and they both are okay with the abuses and slang, there's no issue in that as well. But obviously, if someone asks you not to abuse or to avoid it, you guys should abide by that. And yeah, it's everyone's character. You guys should roleplay according to characters, portray your character's traits, etc., and his backstory. If your character is a really, what do you say, nice guy, he doesn't really abuse, etc., and you just walk up on a PD guy and start abusing him and saying like "what's up" and talking slang, it obviously shows that you're going out of character and not following a backstory. So just
Yeah.
keep
And
an eye
for
out on
this,
that.
like, you can always use OC. You guys have permission. Okay, so abhi PTS use of chopper access for multiple ranks rather than the top tier ranks in Weasel News. Use of chopper access for multiple ranks. So yeah, abhi iska RP it out. You have your like head Imran. Usse you can RP it out. PTS people kidnapping officer for small reasons, at least there should be a very strong reason to kidnap them. Trolling police for just no reason should be decreased. Like PD is something to be respected. Yeah, you should always show fear in front of police officers. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि पुलिस ऑफिसर्स वहाँ पे एंड यू गाइज आर जस्ट लाइक ट्रॉलिंग देम, बकचोदी कर रहे हो या कुछ भी कर रहे हो. सो हैव सम रिस्पेक्ट एंड फियर ऑफ
ये मैं बोलना चाहता था, मैं बोला नहीं.
ऑफ पुलिस ऑफिसर्स.
Yeah, well, obviously, like trolling a cop for the purpose of getting a reaction out of him, and then basing an RP scenario on that reaction so that you can get an advantage. For example, like agitating a cop continuously for the sole purpose that he chases you, and then you kidnap him and take him to a robbery. That's completely, that comes under cop baiting, and that's like a violation of criminal Leo interaction rules. So make sure you're not trolling cops for the sole purpose of kidnapping or shooting them down, etc. And your character should be mindful about the consequences of kidnapping and office of the law, because we will start implementing it in character. There'll be more severe punishments for you, but it should be, you should have the common, you should be able to understand that you're kidnapping a officer and you're not just you're not playing a game. Your character should be aware of the consequences that might fall over him for doing such a deed. All right, burger short keys. Don't know about that. If it comes up in the future, we'll let you know. Long BS can be another section, like underscore section. Redox, that's completely related to development. There must be a reason in terms of development for for them to be an undershirt. And if in the future we see a need to shift them over into the mask sections, etc., we'll be more than happy to do that. Okay, ranaprathap. When PD tries to chase, if they escape, it's well and good. But if PD apprehends people start to say PD does try hard and attitude should change. When during chase, we have seen people repairing vehicles and using a repair kit if vehicle disabled when they're surrounded by PD. I feel they should not be appreciated. Few gangs and people pull out a gun on traffic stop, and I feel they should stop. Okay, the third point, I'm just going to go away and state, if you guys are pulling out guns and shooting cops on a traffic stop, that comes under low effort RP and you'll just get straight away banned for that. Last point is, few gangs.
आवाज गई.
Aviator.
Yeah, one second. Yeah. So last point is, few gangs, especially few gang members, are always in. We are in gang and we'll do whatever we like. Even this attitude should change, as this will restrict their RP. Yeah. So gang members believing yourself to be invincible at all times in every scenario is wrong. you guys do have a slight edge over normal civilians, obviously, because you're a gang member, you're a little bit dangerous. But yeah, you should not be spending your 90% of your time in the server just doing gang shit all the time and behaving as if you're invincible. And starting with this first point is PD tries to chase. Okay, so guys, in character, if you guys are using the word PD tryhard, that's absolutely stupid because it's a cop. His RP is to catch a criminal, and so if you guys are what do you say, robbing a bank or shooting someone in a code and PD tries a little bit harder or puts a little bit more effort to catch you, there's no such thing as tryhard. They are doing it well within their boundaries, unless they're power gaming, which is completely a different topic. So there's a clear distinction between power gaming and tryhard. So you guys should be able to distinguish those two scenarios and not every time getting caught, you should not just say, okay, PD is tryharding. There's a clear distinction between a police officer power gaming and a police officer tryharding. And repairing vehicles, I don't know about that. Maybe in the future, if we see that being happen a lot of times. For now, I don't see it happen that often. It happens on a few circumstances. So for now, it's fine. But again, don't take advantage of this. Don't just keep repairing your cars every time they get damages. Don't keep spamming the repair kit. Your car does have, it's like a machine at the end of the day. So at one point, it is going to be
mechanics are changed quite a bit now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that answers Rana's point.
Okay, so PTS, please do not make street races legal, really going against the whole purpose of MNC. Yeah, we try to make races always legal. Like we want police officers to chase the racers. So yeah, we are actually doing that only. And it's in the hands of community, the MNC. They can do whatever they want. Nothing is restricted here. PTS, there should be more shops like Taco, so any civilian or businessman can buy and progress their RP. There are a few more business, like there will be a few more business which will be added in 2.0. So yeah, you can RP it out. People should use Yellow Pages instead of Twitter. So yeah, Yellow Pages का ज़्यादा use होना चाहिए. Twitter पे ही there should like mechanics who are available in the city, they should post on Yellow Pages so that people can contact you directly, because वहाँ पे phone number भी आ जाता है साथ में तुम्हारा. तो या Yellow Pages का जो use है उसको थोड़ा increase करो.
किस बात का?
Okay.
किस
so
बात का? DM कर दिया नहीं, यहाँ नहीं,
Mr.
DM
Fuel, start reading from the top. So Apache, use of cash tax for all black market and illegal activities. Apache, I think this is also something you guys should RP it out.
I think I should end this stream,
I don't
guys.
feel कि
Don't mind.
इसको
I'm
inorganic
abruptly
करना
ending this
चाहिए
stream. I got some
organically.
messages. I need
अगर
to
if you
go.
guys want to use cash tax as barter items for other illegal items, I think feel free to do
Guys, मैं
that.
stream किसी की meeting किसी के stream पे
Bringing
देख
game
लूँगा.
mechanics, I know our developers are
Sorry
working
guys,
hard.
I'm really sorry. Something
But
urgent
again,
came up. I need to go.
putting everything through
ठीक है
game
guys.
mechanics would be difficult.
Bye bye guys.
So
Take care.
please, if you,
कल मिलेंगे
it's
फिर से
definitely
सुबह.
a good idea. So
SVRP आएगा तो
definitely, I
SVRP
think if you
something
can
else.
bring that
Bonza मैं
RP
तुमसे
from the
DM पे इसी पे
ground,
बात करूँगा.
that'll
Bye
be
bye guys.
more
Take care. Good
amazing
night.
to
Thank you
see.
so much for supporting. जल्दी 1.8 के करो.
Many
Only 9
people found
subscribers.